Name is Vivek, and welcome to the SMB Talks. This is a new platform which I'm exploring to introduce fantastic entrepreneurs and their companies to a wider audience. So this is my first show, and I am looking forward to bringing in a lot of good folks onto this show and talk to them. It's not gonna
It's
be
8 o'clock.
promotion or anything. It's gonna be just rather chat with them, trying to understand their aspirations. And as we all know, these are tough times. We need to support each other and try to bring on a lot of energy so that we can all help each other. So, as of first session today, I am very, very happy to have a chat with one of my good friends, a good person in general. His name is Manu Srikumar. He heads a fantastic team of video marketers and video creators, very creative bunch of folks from Bengaluru. Uh, their company is called Guch. I'm in love with that name, by the way. I don't know how these guys come up with these kind of names, right? So I know Manu from a long time. We have only met once for a coffee, a startup coffee in Bengaluru. And he is the person whom I turn to whenever I am down and I need advice. So he's a very people person. He has started this company from a talk show about startups. As you all know, Bangalore has a lot of startups. It's a mecca of startups. So it's a Silicon Valley of South, right? So he started off with something called venture capital, and that evolved, and now he has done a video marketing conference last year. So a lot to talk about. So let me welcome Manu on to here. Uh, hey, welcome, buddy.
Hi. Hey, hi,
So
Vivek. Delighted to be here. Thank you so much for doing this and look forward to a fun conversation.
right. So good to see you. Actually, it's been a while. We keep on chatting on WhatsApp and all that. So good to see you. And how are you doing? How are you doing, by the way?
Oh, doing great. I think today it started raining in Bangalore and the weather's kind of really cool.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah,
I
having a good
I miss Bangalore a lot because of the weather and everything. By the way, where are you sitting right now? It's very fancy. The
So
painting.
I kind of figured that I should find a nice location with a pretty decent backdrop of sorts. So I
Really?
mean, not in our office, and I mean, being the kind of people that we are, and some of these team members that we have are super creative. So they've kind of decked it up really well. So I'm there.
Right. So, Manu, I know you have been in the startup world for a long time. You have worked in startups, you have grown startups, you have done a lot of things. So, why don't we start off with a little bit about how did you started on your own in this video space and how did that journey start?
Sure. This happened about 4 years back. In fact, even prior to venture capital, we were doing a lot of video content, and we decided that startups needed a better platform in the form of like a show where the content and information around startups and starting up could be made more interesting. So we
Right.
started a show on startups. We would put out an episode every Friday. Then we made documentary films, and that led to brands, reaching out to us, wanting help to create videos for them. So happened to then, launch more of an agency-led business, doing video content and scaled that over time. So today it's been like close to 3 to 4 years doing video, mostly around startups and new economy businesses.
Four
And
years.
yeah, we recently made the switch to a new brand as well. And I would like to correct you before we even go on. I mean, it's pronounced guch. And
Gut.
yeah, and the inspiration is really from the Sanskrit word gachami, which
Gotcha.
means go. And we've shortened that, and we're calling it guch.
That's what I love about you and your team. You guys, whichever videos I have seen, maybe it's the first set of videos. I've been following your journey all these years, to be honest with you. I've seen you acting in your first videos with a beer bottle and stuff. Venture capital videos about startup, how Kingfisher went down. I remember those days also. So guch. Okay, that's a very creative name from Gachami, is it?
Correct. So it's really an
Very
inspiration of, from the word gachami. And I did a video yesterday about how to pronounce this. And simple fact here is, MUCH is much, SUCH is such. These are common English words that share about 3 alphabets. So
right.
GUCH, guch. So that's a simple hack to remember. I mean, it can either be this or the gachami. I mean, for people who are, who know Sanskrit, and the word gachami, which is kind of common because it's used in a lot of chants and in Buddhism, etc. So I think you can really kind of remember that name.
Right.
That name.
Yeah, that's very easy to remember now. Such much. Yeah, it should be guch only. I don't know why did I even say guch. anyways. So
I think it's
yeah, we will reach to guch in some time because I want to see your journey, and because I'm pretty sure a lot of the people who will watch this later or now itself, they might have aspirations to become an entrepreneur and things like that, right? So let's talk about Mad Over Videos, the event which you had last year. I saw Ashish Chopra there, right? uh, I'm a big fan of his also. His creativity is out of the world. So I've read his book as well. So tell me a little bit about Mad Over Videos. How did you come on that idea? How did you execute it, and what was the result like?
Sure. So I think about a year back or a year and a half back, when we were really thinking about B2B marketing for our own services, we decided, and the fact that we're a young team and we love the hustle. So putting together an event would be a fantastic opportunity for us to kind of live on the edge. So we decided to do an event. I still remember those days when we were thinking of a name. We had people coming up with different names. We decided to go with Mad Over Videos, which sounded great. And the whole idea of putting together such an event was to really get people to understand video. I mean, the fact that a lot of and we saw great interest. I mean, tickets sold out. It was like full capacity. Great speakers. A lot of people wanted to come. Great content, which is there on YouTube, in case somebody's interested to go and look back and learn as to what happened there. So it was a phenomenal experience. It was at the Lalit in Bangalore. About 200 people in attendance, great speakers, a full day event, and not just speakers, but also amazing workshops. And we'd also like to, I mean, the idea for us was if it's 200 people in the first edition, we'd like to do 500 in the next. And due to the COVID situation, I don't think we can do a physical event, but then we're really planning on doing something virtual. And so that we can in fact have more people attending, and we can appeal to a global audience. So it just does not mean that people from India can attend. People from anywhere in the world can attend. The speakers can be from anywhere. So it's a phenomenal opportunity for us to take this brand to the next level as well.
Right. So let me just jump in here. If you need any help in getting any international video guy, please let me know. Also, I have some friends whom I can also introduce. They would
Sure.
love to come and talk.
Oh, that'd be great. Sure. Amazing.
Cool. Yeah. So it was 200 people last year, right?
It was 200 people, yes.
Right. So how was the response? How many? I know it's a full jam-packed event, etc. But how was the response for Denture at that time? Did
So,
people see the real side of you?
So for us, we did not really brand Denture Capital there. We did not want to sell our services.
Okay.
The goal was really to get people who were passionate about video in one room. And the
Okay.
idea is to build this community. So it is
Right.
not easy for us to sell our services. We did not end up selling to anyone, in fact. But
Okay.
the idea was we got great people together in a single room. It was so well appreciated. And this was a day when there was an issue with some security or some bunk in Bangalore, but people turned up in large numbers. There was not an inch of space free in the auditorium. And,
Right.
and it went on forever. I think we had to close at 5 o'clock. It ended at around 7 o'clock or so. We even had the last session was from Sneha, Verma, Nirvana Films. We had people who had done videos on a shoestring budget, like Ashish, to
Right.
people who executed some of the best advertising in India. I mean, Sneha was part of the Zuzu campaign or Kerala tourism. So we
Right.
had the whole gamut of anything and everything possible in video on
Right.
one single day. So
Right.
that response was phenomenal. I think we'd love to take this to the next level as a property.
Right.
And I don't know. Today we're thinking annual, but then the opportunity is phenomenal. I think we can roll it out in multiple different ways.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure this year also it will be fantastic as it's going virtual. And you had, if I'm not, Karthik Srinivasan was also there, right?
Yes, Karthik was there as well.
I
Yes.
love him. I love him. His words are like out of this world. Right. So fantastic. So Mad Over Videos was all about video because there are a lot of myths about video, right? Because as a marketer myself, whenever I pitch video to my top management or even when I was a freelancer, when I used to tell my clients that you should get onto video, they used to be, a little bit scared. People have different notions that it might be expensive, you need to buy a lot of stuff. So what are if you can throw some light on some of the myths, some of maybe the top three myths around video, that'd be fantastic.
Sure. I think the most common myth and is certainly the fact that everybody thinks video is expensive.
Right.
First thing that we hear, even when a client calls us, is, "Hey, Manu, I need to do a video, but you know what? I don't have the budget." So the
Okay.
assumption is that the format or video is certainly very expensive. Is possibly the first myth, and the way to bust that is, I think in the COVID situation, you can see all kinds of videos coming out, right? Home shot
Absolutely.
videos, and animated videos. I don't know, like everybody is becoming so very creative at their execution, and this is certainly true testament to the fact that video is not expensive. I mean, video is really storytelling. And today, right from a self-serve tool that is free of cost to edit and create videos, all the way to the highest of quality equipment and the best of agencies, video can be done in multiple different ways. Like,
Absolutely.
it's really, I think, I love working with people who are passionate about video. It's like, maybe there is a startup down the road. They haven't raised a lot of money, but the founder is so passionate about video. I want to get real good video out there because I believe in that format. That's the kind of people we want to work with. And
Right.
video isn't expensive. So Ashish did 2 sessions during Mad Over Videos, and the whole idea was, they create their own videos and they use mobile phones, they use all kinds of hacks, and it's really about storytelling. Even today, I think he's doing a bunch of different videos that are going viral, even during the lockdown. So that's number one. I think video isn't expensive. The second thing is possibly video is very, very difficult to do.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
when you see high end equipment, and suddenly you have this person with a DSLR or all those funky gear coming to your mind. No, today you can create video with your own mobile phones. There are so many people doing that. I think the best of creativity that I see is today on TikTok. Like the
Yeah.
kind of videos that are created there. They are just doing that with mobile phones again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is it very difficult to do? And again, the COVID situation, you've seen all kinds of people creating video. So this is again a mental block that video is expensive, video is difficult to do, and possibly the third one is video is not possibly for my line of business.
Right. Right.
I do video. But video has, I think every single department in every single company, to every small shop owner, SMB, all the way to large enterprises, everybody can do video, and video is arguably the most powerful communication tool today.
Right.
That's another myth, and there are many, many more. Like it's all
Right.
about,
The,
yeah,
we might.
not expensive, tough, all of that. Like, and
Right.
this is very new format. So yeah, I think these are some of the myths, and that's possibly the way to go.
True. Just to touch upon the point which you mentioned, that TikTok videos, right? I can see cricketers making TikTok videos these days. One of the best examples is David Warner with his family. It's so funny, and people are saying that leave cricket and become a TikTok star. So if they can do it, I think anybody can do it because those guys are not very tech savvy or something. So that's valid points and expensive. And I've seen this with enterprises basically. We want to look too formal, and video may not fit that. So that's good points. I've taken some notes, and I'll probably write a blog post on it. That's very good. So I have some more questions for you, right? So now you started off with Denture, and now you have come to Guch. What was that triggered that transition? I want to know that, because you might have seen, because 4 years is not a joke. You might have created hell number of videos. I've seen you working on Sundays also. So you might have had a lot of lessons which made this transition. So I want to know that aspect of it.
Sure. I think it has a lot to do with the kind of people we have on our team,
Right.
and the fact that we want to build a large business. So, accidental entrepreneurs again, because we wanted to do a fun YouTube show.
Okay.
It was called venture capital because it was wordplay on venture capital. It was it was completely out of fun. We hadn't registered a company, nor did we have an office. Nothing like that. We didn't know where we would end up. And then we ended up creating videos for other brands. That happened, and I think when I look back at where we are today, we've always. I mean, a lot of people have also told us. I mean, there should be a way to scale this business because we come from a startup product background. I mean, most of us who work here, we're not really those guys who've gone to film school or so. For us, large impact. How can you do the same thing at scale? And when we thought about that, initially the goal was to build a large company, have more people working, and grow to this big company that's doing tons of video content. We in fact grew to about 37 people about 6-7 months back, and it was growing at a fantastic pace. All employees working in an office. It was fun, but then we figured there should be more interesting ways to do this, and that resulted in coming out of the product. So from a services business to a product is really the transition. And when I say product, we're not trying to kind of bring in efficiencies to the services business. That's something that we should anyways do, or we should anyway do. But here we're full stack product. How do you really go from doing 10 videos a month, which is the capacity at let's say about 30 people on your team, to doing millions of videos every month? And for the world, I mean, there is no geographical location-based limitation. How can you build something like that? And that resulted in us, trying, building a product. We're still in the process, and product is really process. So we run all our processes like we are a product. And what this also results in giving us is the opportunity to build large supply in India. When we look at, we used to get so many resumes almost on a daily basis of people who wanted full-time jobs.
Right.
And these are people who are videographers, who are in the video editors, etc. I mean, we can't offer everyone full-time jobs, but when we are building a marketplace, then the good guys will actually win more and more jobs. So we actually can make use of the large supply that India has to offer.
Right.
That's another reason for us to do something like this.
Right. The scale is entirely going to shift. It's shifting already, right? From 10 to 30 videos. Yeah, I can see that. Actually, the kind of demand for video existing right now is too huge. I don't think the agencies right now, they can't service all of them. It's better to have something like Guch coming in picture, players who are having that passion for video coming into that ecosystem, so that all these requests can be served and nobody ends up burning their fingers and having a bad feel about videos. So that's a good move, actually. I'm positively optimistic about it.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
So we heard about why you came at this. So tell me something about Guch right now, right? What is Guch, and what enterprises as well as SMBs across the world can look forward from Guch, and what makes Guch special? Let's hear that.
Sure. So one line, one sentence pitch of Guch is: we create high quality video content all over the world at speed and scale. That's really the elevator page.
Right. So quality, speed, scale. Okay, fantastic.
Speed, scale all over the world because it's a product. That's really a one-line pitch. But
Right.
Guch is a double-sided marketplace. So on one side, you have companies, enterprises who want videos created for them.
Right.
Then Guch has a platform in the middle, and the other side of the marketplace are people who will service this demand, which is there's demand, there's supply. So on this side you have businesses, and on this side you have a marketplace of people who are creators. I mean, I would not use the word creator. These are video professionals
Right.
who can take on additional work or who would want to be part of guch and then get more business. And this marketplace, the people who are part of this marketplace are called guch pros. They're guch professionals. So today we've already onboarded so many different professionals all over the world. Right, voiceover artists to actors to video professionals, editors. So anybody who's actually part of the entire video services, video production unit can become part of the Guch Pro network. And we are a managed marketplace. The difference is we're not connecting, let's say, your business with somebody who will do it for you. I mean, the risk is on Guch. We take care of delivering this to you.
Okay.
Marketplace, because that's the only way to scale.
Okay.
Because it's a full stack product. I mean, right from creative brief all the way to your invoicing and feedback, and the entire workflow is on a full stack product.
Right.
So that's very efficient, and that's possibly
right. So there's a GG involved, guch guarantee. A symbol of approval from you guys. That's actually needed, because what I have seen is when I go to marketplace like Fiverr.com, sometimes you can't. There is no guarantee of the quality. And if you're working with a Bangladeshi designer, and you keep sending him change after change, after some point of time you give up. And obviously they are priced at $5. You can't. Your conscience doesn't allow you to squeeze, people. But this kind of marketplace where there are checks and balances in place, that will be very helpful actually. Okay, so you mean to say there are pros, even voiceover artists are very tough to get, the good ones. So you have vetted and you have kept them ready. So if, for example, in my case, I am a marketing head, I want a video to be done, and I have a small idea, I can come on this platform and put my request. You will find the right people for me.
Exactly. Correct? In fact, we'll do it for you. It's like we're doing it for you. You would really want to know who's doing the voiceover, or of course we'll send you samples. But we have our, we call them client partners.
Right.
They do a project and they deliver the project. So they are your guarantee, and you trust them to get things done for you. So assume like you're talking to possibly the same Bangladeshi designer, I don't know, or somebody even better. But then you have Manu in the middle, because Manu. You'd like to talk to Manu and get your work.
Exactly.
That's
yeah. So that brings kind of a transparency also in the process.
Correct.
I always have a one-point contact who will help me all the time.
Exactly. Yes.
Wow. So yeah, please go ahead.
That it's not just a client partner who will be coupled with you. I think there is also a creative consultant who is assigned on every project, which means on one side you have somebody to manage your process and more of those procedural requirements, ensure things are on time. And on the other hand, you also have a consultant who's really, really good, whom you can bank on for creative advice.
Yes, that's what is needed, because most of the people who want videos, they have no freaking clue. They might see some videos, give it to you and say that I want something like this. But there might be a possibility of taking it to the next level, which this consultant can give. That's perfect actually. So this how old is this new brand? How old is this now?
Okay, I think we launched the new brand end of March. So this is a COVID launch. Okay. But then, background, we've been working on it for 6+ months at least.
Right. So you have all these processes already set.
Yeah, we've been experimenting. I think without that, we wouldn't want to kind of take that, take that jump. We've been experimenting. We've been trying out what is the profitability like, what's the best use case, what are the best ticket sizes to work with, etc. So we've been doing that.
All right. So my next question will be: whom do you see as the ideal target audience for this?
Sure.
Is it?
I think if you're looking at companies in India today, we work with large enterprises. I mean, it's really not Fiverr. Our average ticket size is $2,000.
Okay.
While ours is $5.
Right.
So that's the real difference. So when you want high quality video is when you come to Guch.
Right. That's
yeah. So if you want something to be done quickly, when you don't want high production value, you can go on to Fiverr, or you can use a self-serve platform to quickly get your video done. You wouldn't want to come to Guch, but you would come to Guch when you need a high-quality product. And our average ticket sizes are in the range of $2,000. So more than anybody who can afford a $2,000 for a video is really our target audience. In India, generally the $2,000 is maybe large enterprises, mid-market, or people who are excited about video. Even if it's a startup or somebody who's really keen, that guy's our target audience.
Right. So that puts the right bracket in place. Enterprises, and I'm pretty sure if you go to US or European market, there are a lot of startups who have interest in video so much. They want their explainer video to look classy. They will not mind spending that kind of money. Yeah, that's perfect. So give me if you can give me a couple of examples of some of the good projects you have delivered. We can't show the video right now, but you can just share the process or something like that.
So,
maybe the results.
Yeah, I think more than that, I'd maybe look at some of the clients that we have today and the kind of work we've done. So generally, I mean, in this line of business, also a lot of business is repeat, right? You of course have churn, but still you have people who come back to you because you've delivered a great product. I mean, the flywheel of sales, marketing, and customer success, keeps working for you, and then you build on that. So some of the clients that we have today who work with us closely, I think our largest client is B2B is Udan, which is an $8 billion plus valued B2B startup, new economy business. So we've created a lot of video content for them. I mean, all types of video content. Of late, I think before the lockdown hit, I think the project that we did was for Cred.
Cred is good.
Some of their performance marketing videos were done by us. Then I think today we are working with, I think Vedantu's campaign videos are happening. Second, an edtech company. I think we created videos for Herbalife. So some really good brands there.
Big brands.
Yeah. And then, I mean, we work with like a bunch of friends there on our homepage, and we keep working with them. But the goal is, of course, to go more international now. We're starting to see traction in markets outside India, and then deliver projects through India, because that really gives us the leverage of the labor cost arbitrage. I mean, in the US, an animated video of 30 seconds, a PSA is about $10,000 at minimum.
Wow.
And you can get that at $2,000. So, it's really 1/5 the cost. And today, I mean, especially with the situation, I think you can work from anywhere. So that's really where we play.
Right. So all these brands, mostly are these marketing videos or are these corporate videos? What kind of videos mostly you get requests for?
I think starting with, we generally talk about the hub hero health approach that YouTube popularized in content. So we do hero videos, which are brand films, launch films, all of that, high budget, high production value, to hub videos, which are far more engaging. You have to constantly keep doing them every week, every month, etc., which is maybe a talk show or things like that. In the hub category, we do testimonial films, and I think we've identified about 36 different video types that can be productized.
Wow.
I mean, when we were doing that research for Guch, so there are 36 different video types out there that can be productized and run through a platform. Explainer videos, I don't know, you name it. I mean, there are tons and tons of different types of video content.
Right.
And it's also not restricted to marketing departments alone, right? I think a lot of people perceive video to be advertising. I mean, video is not just advertising, right? I mean, video is really, you can do all kinds of video. I mean, necessarily needn't be an ad. If you're an HR, then you can do onboarding in video. You can do culture in video. You can do a whole bunch of leadership talk in video. There's so much that you can do in video. If you're in sales, then you can do testimonial videos. You can do case studies. You can do product explainers. If you're in marketing, of course, you can do all kinds of video content. So it's really the whole gamut of all types and all formats of video that you're getting onto doing.
Right. So let me come back to another question here. Like, for example, if an enterprise brand wants to kick off their video journey, right? We can't pitch all 36 to them. So what are the baby steps you recommend as a video creator? What are the baby steps they can take and then build on that?
Sure. I think if you are the sales head of a large enterprise, and you would then want to give your teams testimonial videos. So
Right.
let's say your feet on the street, they are going to sell, and if they had those testimonial videos, because I mean every single business out there knows the value of doing a testimonial. Uh, it really works in your favor because there are real people who are vouching for the service or your product.
Right.
That's
Right.
something
Nothing
that these guys can do immediately. With startups, at least in hiring, for example, hiring is such a big challenge, and we've done umpteen number of culture films. Like everybody wants to know what the company is like. So if you're an HR, maybe you can start off by doing a quick culture film about the company, leadership talk, anything that you want to, mix and match to create a nice video for potential hires to watch before they come and maybe start talking to you. So in
right.
marketing again, or maybe product. I mean, we get so many requests from product managers today. They build a product and they want to explain the product. Can we put together a product explainer? That's also there. And I mean, marketing again, you can do ads, you can do social media content if you're a marketer. You can put a nice, let's say, a Mother's Day film. I mean, very relevant to the current times. Why don't you do a Mother's Day film and put it out on social media? So that's
Right.
probably
Right.
something that a marketing team can do today. The other way to also look at it is as a company evolves, the types of video that you do and the budget that you spend on video will also increase. So when starting a company, let's say if you're a one person or a two-person team, working out of a house, the first video that you will do on your own. You will create that on your own. I mean, you wouldn't possibly look for an agency because you're just starting out. And I think we recommend that because that will really teach you, or you will start thinking video. And we people. I mean, we don't want like a two-member team coming to us and saying, make a video for us, and without them having any knowledge of how a video is done. So even in the evolution of a company, right, from a two-member team all the way to thousands of people, there are different types of videos that come in at different stages and different life cycles. I mean, another format that we have done a lot for startups is fundraising videos. Now,
Oh,
there are companies in India, I mean, at least 16, 17, 18, when fundraising was at its peak, and there were Japanese investors, Arabs, Chinese, all kinds of investors coming in, putting money in these companies. They all wanted to show the Indian, what's the real problem in India to these people, these investors from China or Japan, because they wouldn't really know the problem statement. So again,
absolutely.
so I think in the evolution of a company, there is a video at every stage. That's really what we preach.
Right, right. I remember one of your WhatsApp status or your social media status was, if an image is worth 1,000 words, how much is a video worth? It
Yeah,
was you put it a long time ago. So I think what it says is, like, for example, the startup fundraising videos. I mean, a video, if you play across and show the pitch in the form of a video, I think that will register much more than boring 6 7 slides. I think so.
absolutely. Yes, I think we've done this for. I think the first company or the one company that did it really well is a company called Ninja Cart. We spoke, and then we decided that to really show the problem in India, where you were actually going to farms and getting the produce and directly giving that to shops, to show that and show that supply chain and the process that they had created. The only way to do that was video.
Okay.
So that video, they raise capital and today they're really big and they do a fantastic job even during these COVID times as well. So
Right,
having
right.
amazing clientele who really create impact.
Right, right. So since you just raised the term COVID, let me come to that. How has this bloody pandemic affected you and Gutch?
Oh,
How are you guys going through it?
so business wise, I think we were almost set for a really, really good quarter. I mean, in end Feb, early March, because the IPL was on its way, and I think we had pitched at one a few clients who wanted content for IPL, which is arguably the biggest, the the biggest festival in India of sorts.
Right, right.
Spending. So I mean, suddenly COVID hit, and I think our team had worked on these for a long time.
Right.
That did not materialize. But I think the team that we have is very, very brave. In fact, we've created so many different internal content pieces and video pieces that we put out. We've not stopped working for clients. We still are working on multiple projects right through the lockdown. It is not affected. One thing that we did, and I think it's kudos to the team. We actually picked computers, tables, chairs, whatever we could, and ensure that a lot of people had good setups at home to keep working. And this was really not my issue. I mean, people came forward and they wanted to do that. Although at that point in time, we did not know how serious of an issue this would be. But still, that initiative really helped because the team today has a really good setup at home.
Right,
and
right.
Helps in you thinking, you doing, and then we trying to win clients. So it has although it has been like, but then we're all longing to come back to office.
Right. Everybody is.
Together, creating, brainstorming, having fights, chilling out together is a different experience. So, but then we try to do Zoom calls. We try, we try to, come together as a group, have fun, have all kinds of fun activities. We do all that, but still missing office. And it has been, I think it has been okay. I would not say it has been great because it would have been really great if there was no COVID, considering that happened. And it would have been brilliant. But so far, so good. I mean, no complaints. And we're all waiting for this to pass, to come back.
So how big is the team right now?
So today we are 24, 25 people.
Okay.
Full time on guch. And
Got it. I know you are staying away from family also. So that's pretty much tough. So let me ask one final question before we wind up. What do you think the future of video is going to be, and how guch is going to fit into that? What are your plans basically?
Sure.
Let's assume that COVID passes us by May, June. Let's say alvida to COVID, and then what's in store?
Yeah, I think for a business like ours, it is a good time to kind of really get going with what we've been thinking of as a product, because it's a marketplace. A lot of our supply will work from their own homes, will work as small teams. And if our full stack product that we are building works wonders, then it's really just a function of driving demand. I mean, supply is set, the product is set. How do you drive demand is really the challenge in front of us. And but I think we are firm believers that brands will continue to do video because we believe, if you want to grow your business, like post-COVID, if you are a business owner or if you're a business leader, you would think of, I have to grow my business. And how do you grow your business without marketing? I mean, there is no way to grow your business, right? And when you start growing your business, then you would want to do video content. I mean, I'm sure that you will think, okay, let me do a video. And the good thing here is what Guch promises you is cost efficiency. I mean, if you're a business in the US or if you're a large enterprise, we are certainly not as expensive as going full-fledged agency and giving them retainers and getting video done from them. We are far less expensive that way, and we are a full-stack product. So I think the opportunity is phenomenal. If we want to market it this way, we will go market it this way. We are there for you. We are not. I mean, we're not going to charge you a retainer for our ideas. We've never done that. I mean, ideas are cheap.
Right.
We go and execute it. We all wake up with an idea every day. And I don't know how many. We would have given out a million ideas to brands already, and they wouldn't have possibly paid us anything. But the idea is, if you can do that, and if you can convince a buyer on the other side that, hey, you know what, we're not really very expensive. This is every single value, for every buck that you spend. Then that person would love to do video because he has to grow his business. So a lot of people out there who say, we're going to stop marketing and their businesses will die. So that's really basic. and this is for all the marketeers around the world. I think without feeding the cow, it will not give you milk. So it's as simple as that, right? And so we believe in a very, very bright future, and if all of these things work as per plan, then we will definitely grow, and we want to grow and become a large business.
Right, absolutely. I'm pretty sure you will do all that. Because I've seen you. The thing is, I'm a big follower of Gary Vaynerchuk, and he has planted the seed of hustle in my head when I was or young. But then I've seen you. Everybody talks about hustle. If you go to any Facebook group of startups, hustle, hustle, hustle. But then I've seen you, and you are a person who walked the talk. You never over abuse the word hustle, even though you use it very intermittently. I've seen you working really hard, going after your goals. I remember having a lot of personal conversations with you when you were like in the beginning days, and you were like, okay, it will happen, and it has happened. So I am wishing all the best for Guch, and I know you have a big team behind you, Bobby and everybody. So I wish all the best, and thank you for joining me today. And I will be checking out Guch over the weekend, and maybe do some experimentation with, and maybe pitch a video in my company. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, because I was interested that the company culture video part. So my ears got some attraction to that. So thank you, Manu, for joining me, and I'm hoping to seeing more from Guch, and let's stay in touch. All right. Have a
Sure.
good weekend, if there is something called weekend anymore. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time. Thank you so much. All the
Thanks
best.
so much. All right, so that was Manu Srikumar, CEO of Guch. I want you guys to check it out, guch.me. That is his website. They're a fantastic group of creators based out of Bengaluru. And what I wanted to say is check their website out, and uh, show the support. Make sure if you have any video requirements, reach out to them. Even though it the kind of price they are offering, the kind of things which come with that is totally worth it. I've seen their work. Go check it out, their YouTube channel and things like that. And next week will have another fantastic friend of mine joining here, who will have something to say against HubSpot. So see you all next week. Bye bye. Happy weekend, guys.